Welcome back again. In this video, I'm going to show you how to prepare a receivables ledger control account and a trade payables control account. So we are going to use that question. As you can see, you can pause your video and write down the question. Pause the video, write down the question. You can pause the video, write down the question. Okay. So this is part of the question. As you can see, then continuation. This is the continuation of the same question. Then you can see the required. They want us to prepare the sales ledger control account and the purchases ledger control account, which is the receivables control and the trade payables control account. So this is the question starting from here. Then it ends here, isn't it? That's your question. So I'm going to start answering this question. So I'll be doing them concurrently. I'll be doing the trade receivables control account and the trade payables control account at once. Okay? So let me go to the board. I hope everyone has copied the question. Let me go to the board. Okay, so let's start with the question. From the question, if we check our question, we can actually see the first part of the question. If we check from our source, we have our sales ledger balance at 1 September. There is a debit and a credit. Then purchase ledger balance, again, we have got a debit and a credit. So I want to do it at once. So I'm going to start. We start by recording balance BD from our previous video where I was showing you the layout. Okay, so let's go. So I'm going to start in the receivables control. We start by recording the balance BD. The one on the debit side is 5,000. Then there is balance BD. The one on the credit side is what? 76. You put your dollar signs here. Make sure. Data important, but here I just need you to just master the layout. Okay. Then if we go to the other one, let's do the same for the trade payables control account. We are going to start. Remember, balance BD. We also have balance BD. So if we check from our question, if we check again, the balance BD is given on the question. Okay. For the purchases ledger, it's 124 debit, 3.6 what? Credit. So let's record it on our board. Balance BD, the one on the credit, is 3,600. The one on the debit is 124. So that's the first part. We record our balances brought down. Okay, so we record our balance brought down. Then the next part, we are going to record the next items. What are our next items on the line? Let me minimize. Make sure. The question. Okay. Let me just adjust the camera a bit. So that's our balances. So 3.6, 124. That's for the purchases. So if we go back to the question again, After that, what do we have? If we check from our question, we have purchases ledger, sales for September, they are cash and credit. Then purchases, we also have cash and credit. But remember, we said, when we are preparing control, we are only concerned with credit sales, because these are for creditors and for debtors, which is receivables and trade payables. So let's record credit sales and credit purchases. So here we record our credit purchases. So our credit purchases is 14,500. Then we go to the other page. We now need to record in the receivables, we record credit sales. Our credit sales, if you check from the question, it's 21,790. Okay. Then we go to the next part. Let's proceed. If we check from the question, we have goods returned by credit customer. We also have goods returned to suppliers. So let's record that in our question. Let's record here. We have returns inwards. Our returns inwards, that's goods returned by credit customers, 1760. Then, if we do an overview of our page, let's go to the trade payables. We have returns outwards. Returns outwards of, if you check, it's 440. Okay, let me just erase this part. Okay, let's proceed. If we go back again to our question, let's check again from our question. The next items, we have cash received from debtors and cash paid to creditors. So we are still continuing. Now you can see we have cash received from debtors and cash paid to creditors. Okay, let's go. Let's record those ones in our accounts. Okay, so in the trade payables, we record cash paid. Cash paid to our suppliers. Okay, so that's 120. Let's go to the other page. We now record here. That's cash received from customers. Remember, we are just following the layout. Okay. Cash received from customers, that's 20450. Okay, it's coming out. Okay. Then let's proceed again. Let's go back to the question. I need to make sure we do it step by step. Okay. This video is going to be a bit long, but let's do it step by step. If we check after that, we have discount allowed, we also have discount received. So discount allowed is recorded in the receivables, whilst discount received is recorded in the trade payables account. So let's go back again, record that transaction. So here we record discount allowed. Our discount allowed is 580. Then let's do the other one. We have discount received. Discount received. That's 276. Let's go back to the question again. If you check from our question, we also have bad debts written off. Bad debts written off are recorded in the receivables control. That's one for the receivables control. So let's go into our receivables account. We record bad debts of 424. Okay. If we go to the other part of our question, okay, we are still on the question. Let's go again to the source. If we check, we have cash received in respect of bad debt previously written off. Remember, I said this is bad debt recovered. Bad debt recovered. When we record bad debt recovered, the debtors checks returned by bank unpaid. That's dishonor check. So let's go record these two and interest debited to accounts of overdue. Let's go and record this 1, 2, 3 in the receivables control account. Okay. If you go in our receivables control account, bad debt recovered. It's recorded on both sides. I explained bad debt recovered. Bad debt recovered is 70. And I also record it here. Bad debt recovered. That's 70. Then we go to the next item. Debtors checks returned unpaid. That's our dishonored check. Dishonored check. Dishonored check is recorded on the debit side. Remember, it reduces the cash which has been received by the business. Okay. We go to interest charge. This is interest charge on overdue customers' account. It will increase the amount owing to the owing from the customer to the business. So our interest is 36. Then next item. If we go to the question, let's go back to the question. Let's go to our source. Move the marker here. Okay. If we go back to the source, to the question, if we check from the question, we have balances in sales ledger offset against purchases ledger account. This is what we call a set off. A set off is recorded in both the receivables control and the trade payables control. So let's go record it. It's recorded in both accounts. So here we record our set off. Our set off is 1,200. Then we go to the other account. Okay. The receivables control set off. It's recorded the same amount in both accounts. The next item, if we go to the question, if we go to our question, our next item, we have balances on provision for doubtful debts. This one is not recorded in the control account. Remember, we said provision is an estimate. So you are not sure whether the customer is able or unable to pay. It's different from bad debt. Okay? Bad debt provision is an estimate. Okay? So it does not reduce the debtors. Next item, we have sales ledger credit balance is 30 September 1990. This is a credit balance. Then we have purchases ledger debit balance. How do we record this one? Please understand this. Let's go. When we are recording these ones now, in the trade payables account, they say it's a purchases ledger debit balance at the end of the year. It's recorded on the credit side here as balance CD of 80. Okay. Then we have recorded all other transactions, so we have to balance off the account. Get this right. Why did I record this 80 on the credit side? Remember, they said it's a debit balance. I record it on the credit as balance CD. Then at the end of the year, I carry it down as balance BD of 80. So as you can see, it's actually a debit what? Balance. Okay. Then let's go record the one for the receivables control other one for the receivables control. Okay. Receivables control. In the receivables, they say it's a credit balance. So I go to this side, I record it as balance CD. Balance CD, that's 150. Remember, they said it's a credit balance. Then skip a line, we have to balance off our account. So I'm going to use the calculator so that I get the values. Okay. This CD will be carried down here as balance BD. So it's a credit balance. So normally the debit will be greater than the credit. Okay, so if I add the totals, I get a total of 27872. Then I put it on both sides. Then if I subtract the difference, minus it's 27872 minus 1200 minus 70 minus 424 minus 580 minus 20450 minus 1760 minus 76. We get a balance CD of 3312. Then I record it on the debit side as our balance BD 3312. Then if we go to the trade payables account, let's just balance it off. The credit will always be greater than the debit in this circumstance. Okay, so it's 3.6 plus 14,500 plus 80, we get 18180. Then if you subtract minus 124 minus 440 minus 11120 minus 276 minus 1200, we get 5020. That's our balance carried down, which will bring it down here as balance BD 5020. So that's how you prepare a receivables control account and a trade payables control account. Thank you.